pandemic, the whole industry is facing the problem. Not only industry, but the country is facing the problem, whole world is facing the problem. But this is the time for all stakeholders to have positivity and self-confidence is very important. I feel that with the positivity and self-confidence, we will 100% going to win this war against COVID-19, and 100% we will win the war, economic war also. Presently, the automobile industry is one of the important industry for the country. Now, the export point of view, our target is to make automobile industry as a #1 manufacturing hub in the world within 5 years. And for that reason, now we are trying to develop lot of things. We are moving towards the scrapping policy as early as possible. We will get it, and on the basis of that, cost effectiveness, quality of the equipments, and at the same time 100% we will get international market. Now, regarding the automobile industry, the industry creates a lot of employment potential in the country. I am considering the construction equipment manufacturing industry is also equally important, because yesterday we have a long discussion with the Prime Minister, and now making a planning for connectivity of our ports, airports, industrial clusters and big industries, where we are trying to reduce the logistic cost. And we are going to develop the waterways, sea transport, road infrastructure, railway infrastructure, and aviation. Already in the process, we are making lot of airports. The number is at least 2 times more. Present, whatever the number we have, we are planning to construct more airports. We are also on the railway, also have a big program of expansion. In the road network, already we are doing lot of works. The dream of Prime Minister is to make India a 5 trillion economy and 100 lakh crore of infrastructure. And in this period, 100% the infrastructure of 100 lakh crore is very important. And in next 5 years, this is the important target for the Indian government. And for that target, 100% the role of construction equipment manufacturers and your industry's role is very important. Today, a lot of things where we are expecting innovation, new research from the government institution. But my suggestion to all of you, that it is the time for industry to prepare infrastructure of industry in the way by which we can be competent for export, and at the same time we can make the quality of international standards. And for that reason, I will request you that industry should give priority for making more research. One of the important thing is digitalization, and already all industry is moving towards that, but by which we can improve the quality, and that is very important. We need to reduce the cost of production also. How we can make it make in India and made in India, by which we can reduce the cost, that is very important. I don't know how much amount of spare parts which are essential for your industry, particularly the components, how much you are importing from other countries. First of all, my request to all of you is, you should find out the solution that whatever the components it is required for your industry, you need to develop your ancillary industries for that. Because after this period now, our policy is to take more duties on the import material, where we want to encourage Indian industry, Indian MSMEs for that. And for that reason, I will request you, all of you, that how it can be possible for you to get good quality of components from MSMEs from India. For that reason, if you want to start industrial clusters, if you want to make some common arrangement, even if you want to start some technologically research training institute, government is ready to give support for that. Now for technology centers, we are planning that land and building will belongs to industry or IIT or engineering college or university, and all equipments for training and research will be sponsored by the government. On that line, we are now thinking to support industry, by which it can be possible for them to upgradation of the technology in the industry. At the same time, they can train skilled manpower. So now self-reliance is the most important thing for the country, the Atmanirbhar Bharat, and where we need to reduce the cost, and by which we will be more competitive in international market. Regarding logistic cost also, it is one of the important thing. Yesterday when we are thinking making of big roads, waterways, everything, I suggest that we need to think about the fuel. Because now we are making express highway, 22 green express highway. We are making Delhi-Mumbai express highway, where presently one truck, it will going up to for 4 days, 3 days, the time is already taken for taking from Delhi to Mumbai. But now we will make it that time into 28 hours. Because the highway speed will be more than 80 km, 75 to 80 km per hour. So naturally, I am confident that by this we can reduce the cost. But at the same time, fuel is the very important thing. Now I just have got a good example, that conversion of diesel truck into LNG that costs 12 lakh rupees, 10 to 12 lakh rupees. But the customer, the owner of the truck will get the benefit, and within the span of 1.5 year or 2 year, he can get his money back. As compared with diesel and LNG, the cost is very effective, pollution is less, and government priority is to making LNG, giving more priority for that. Now we have decided to make LNG pumps on the highways, by which LNG will be available. Now using of diesel in construction equipment, it is going to increase the cost. We need to find out some way out. Already I have discussed this subject with you, that whether we can use some another alternative fuel for that. That is very important, by which we can reduce the cost. So exactly on that line, when we need to have more competition in international market, without compromise with the quality, we need to develop good quality of equipment. At the same time, we have to consider that how we can save the cost. The cost is very important. So by digitalization in the equipments, 100% it is going to increase the efficiency. But at the same time, it is very important for the country to think serious about the fuel. And I feel that either it is LNG or CNG or any alternative which you want to find out, this is the time that we need to find out for that, by which even methanol can be available. We can go on methanol engine, because methanol rate is 20 rupees per liter and diesel is 60-65 rupees per liter. In the construction equipment, majority of the contractors are using the present equipments and they are consuming diesels. That is going to create more pollution. So we need to find out some alternative for that. By in place of diesel, whether we can be in position to use 50% biodiesel, whether we can make it an alternative of methanol, CNG, bio-CNG or LNG, by which we can reduce the cost, and that is very important. The other way which is very important from the industry where I am expecting cooperation from you. In the road construction, particularly the bridge construction, flyover construction, then even concrete road construction, whether it is possible for you to make it mechanized system by which we can manufacture road construction in the factory. We can make the concrete blocks and just take it on the road, and we can just make the alignment of it and we can make the road. So whatever the good practices, successful practices available in the world, what are the technology which are available in the world, where you can make joint venture with them, and by which you can also give good quality of machinery by which we can mechanize the manufacturing process, and where we can reduce the cost and improve the quality of the road construction. Now for precast technology, we have accepting the technology from Malaysia. In place of steel, we are using steel fiber in precast.